Contestant number 1, Andy Keats. What does happiness mean to you? What does happiness mean to you? Andy Keats.
To me, happiness is a state of contentment, which I get from being at peace with my surroundings. It's also, in a way, distancing myself from the bad stuff that's going on in the world. I look at all the bad things that are going on in the world with Hamas right now, the state of the government in the United States, and I ask myself, do I deserve to be happy? And the answer is yes, I deserve to be happy. What does make me happy? I look at my kids. I have 2 daughters. They're successful. They have careers. Yes, one of them is looking for a job right now, but I'm happy that I look back at what I achieved in my life and have I made other people happy? When you give a gift, you feel good, you feel happy because you've made somebody else happy. And this is really what makes me happy. Seeing that I am contributing to something good going on in the world. I've been president of my Toastmasters club 3 or 4 times now. At a club where I used to work, I've been president. And I felt good about taking the responsibility of being the person where the buck stops, making it a vibrant club, preparing the ground for other people's seeds to grow. That's what makes me happy. Yes, I get a kick out of going out and having beers with friends. There are things I like to do. I'm learning golf at college. That's fun. Does that make me happy? Yeah, to a degree. I like working with people, and I'm so happy that we're in person here today. It makes me happy to see you instead of faces on a TV screen. There are many things that can make me happy. I'm happy to be here today, and I thank our contest chair for a great question.
Thank you. Can we have 1 minute of silence for the judge to mark their ballot?
Now I'm on.
One minute stop. Let's welcome contestant number 2, David Singer.
Thank you.
Can you check your mic?
Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We good?
Contestant number 2, David Singer. What does happiness mean to you? What does happiness mean to you? David Singer.
Happiness. It's a complex question. Am I happy just because I'm smiling? Am I sad just because I'm not? Happiness comes from within. It means that you are, if not thrilled with the way the world is going. You're at least not dissatisfied. That you can focus on making the world better. Happy people make the world better. Happy people influence others. Happy people can change the world. Yeah, you can be mad and change the world. You know, go get them, go get them. But if you work from a point of happiness, a point of wanting to improve, you can enlist others more easily. You can build a force. You can make a change. You can make the world better. But it starts from being inside and thinking, yes, I'm happy, but I could be better. Happiness is not an end. Happiness is not stable. Happiness is a destination. And I invite you to move forward with making yourself happier, making the world happier, and making a better place. Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you. Can we have 1 minute of silence for judge to mark their ballot? Contestant number 3, Aaron Goldman. Welcome. Please stay in the stage. Can you check your mic?
Mic check. Can people hear me?
Yes.
Contestant number 3, Aaron Goldman. What does happiness mean to you? What does happiness mean to you? Aaron Goldman.
This is an interesting phrasing for a prompt. It's not what is happiness, but what does happiness mean to you? This is an acknowledgement that there is no one true happiness. People ask questions like, what is the meaning of life? And that's clearly a malformed question. One person may draw meaning from their work, another drawing meaning from their family. For me, my happiness comes from not just the ability to acquire new information, but to pass it on to other people. This was so a part of who I was that when I was young, I got really confused one day when I was in an argument with a teacher over whether the word children and the word student
different
were
variants of
synonyms
happiness,
or
being
not.
content,
In my
or
mind,
rather
the very
being
essence
joyful,
of being
or
a student and being a child were the same thing. It was the responsible of every generation to take the knowledge that they got from the generation before, spend a lifetime refining it, and pass that knowledge on to the next generation. To me, this is the ultimate form of happiness, is that moment when not just a piece of research has worked out, and I've learned how to do some tricky pieces of databases or compilers or information security, but that moment when somebody else gets stuck, and I can say, ah, I've hit that problem. I've had that suffering. I have felt the particular pain of, why would the computer do that? And now I can just tell you, here's why the computer did that thing. To me, that is the true essence of happiness, is that moment when all of the suffering that you have endured, all the suffering that your parents and teachers have endured, all of the suffering that your ancestors have endured, comes down to this one moment where you can take lifetimes of knowledge and say to someone, ah, here is the solution to your problem. I have a gift from the past. Please take it, use it, and pass it on. Thank you.
We have 1 minute of silence for the judge to mark their ballot. The next contestant, Yvonne, can you check your mic?
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.
Good. Yvonne Apokugo, what does happiness mean to you? What does happiness mean to you? Yvonne Agupugo.
Happiness. Happiness. Happiness or joy? Which would I prefer? Happiness is joy to me. Because happiness means that I have to be in a state of bliss all the time to be happy. But I prefer joy. Because joy means when I'm in the storm, or I'm in the calm, or when things are not going my way, I can have joy, and I am content. Happiness means joy in friendship, joy in family, joy with my kids and my husband, joy in relationships. Happiness, that's a relative word. But to me, happiness means joy, because I can learn to be happy in every and any situation. And I believe that joy is my happiness. And why do I say that? Because when I have joy, even in the midst of darkness and a storm, I can rise above the challenges, because I know that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Thank you very much.
We have 1 minute of silence for the judge to mark their ballot. next contestant is online. Marsha Davis. Can we spotlight Marsha? Okay, I think those. Okay. Only those two monitors?
She should be coming up here, I think.
Great. I was about to say something, but it came up. Great. Can we spotlight timer?
Linda, she needs to pin the timer. You're not spotlighting the timer. Don't spotlight the timer. Sorry. Linda, instruct Marsha to pin the timer. No timer spotlight. Only spotlight on Marsha.
All right. The next contestant, Marsha Davis Cannon. She's on the screen. Marsha, are you ready?
I am ready.
Can you check for timer? You see the-
Can you see the timer?
I can see the timer.
Marsha Davis Cannon. What does happiness mean to you? What does happiness mean to you? Marsha Davis Cannon.
Happiness is such a wonderful concept. And what happiness means to me more than anything else is being able to choose how I spend my time. I just read an article that a friend sent me this morning about if you're happy, you probably say these kinds of things. And one of them is, I get to. I don't have to do things anymore. I get to do them. And what I get to do changes as my focus changes. I spent 8 years taking care a couple of days a week of new grandchildren. And those new grandchildren moved away. But that didn't change my level of happiness because now I get to travel in a way that I couldn't travel when I was taking care of children. Another thing that helps me feel happy is gratitude. I am grateful for getting to live in this beautiful state with its multiple opportunities and getting to know the friends and that I've gotten to know, getting to enjoy the cultural experiences that I'm getting to know, getting to travel, getting to do things and being grateful for them are the two biggest components of happiness for me. I am delighted to enjoy so many things in life and experience that happiness to the full. I hope you join me. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Can we have 1 minute of silence for judge to mark the ballot? contestant, Valerie Shiosaga. Welcome. Please stay there. Valerie Shiosaga. What does happiness mean to you? What does happiness mean to you? Valerie Shiosaga.
What does happiness mean to me? Happiness for me is being at peace with myself. That's a tall order to achieve. Happiness for me comes from doing the things that I love. I love waking up in the morning and taking my dog for a walk. That brings me such joy that is inexplicable because I get to be in the present moment and experience the world. Happiness comes from the support and the love that I see around this room. I love sharing my joys with everybody, and I love dividing other people's sorrow. It makes me happy to see someone else happy. And happiness at the end of the day is coming back after a long day at work and sitting down with my husband, telling him about every single detail, because that's how I process my day, and just relaxing and being present. So happiness is equal to being present. Thank you.
And we have 1 minute of silence for the judge to mark their ballots. Next contestant, Indu Sashdaran. Please welcome. Indu Sashdaran. What does happiness mean to you? What does happiness mean to you? Indu Sashdaran.
It was 2015, Christmas Eve. My son was a month old. Between all the feeding sessions and all the sleepless nights, I decided I'm going to bake that cake. I am going to bake that cake. And I started at 9 a.m. Guess when I finished it? Yes, right on time, at 12. Tiptoeing all around the house and trying to bake that cake. At 12, absolute silence. I sit in my kitchen, stuff cake in my face. And I tell myself, is this what life is now? Is this it? But I'm going to find happiness in this. I'm going to choose what I want to do, and I'm going to do it. It's never late. Whether I eat the cake alone or not, it doesn't matter. And since that day, I have chosen happiness. And how? I have always chosen I'm going to juggle things. I don't care. It is always up in the air. One thing is just flying in there. I don't care. Today, I hold the table topics contest. Yes, this is important. This is being done. Tomorrow, it's that amazing Indian festival that is going on. I hold that. Okay. And day after tomorrow, it is that harvest festival which is coming up in school. I have to do that. There is going to be one thing up in the air always. But I'm going to choose happiness. If I have had a moment of balance in the day, I have had balance. If I have been able to juggle things well, I am happy. I am going to choose happiness. And that day, 2015, that Christmas Eve, I chose happiness. And it goes on until today. And I can see that I'm always going to be happy because I'm a juggler. Thank you.
Jamal George, what does happiness mean to you? What does happiness mean to you? Jamal George.
Toastmasters and my dear friends, when I was growing up, happiness meant that my husband will give me happiness, that ice cream will give me happiness, that brownie out there will give me happiness. And there were so many people who took away my happiness towards the end of the day. It'll be either my boss, because he wants the project status, but I was really having good time with the brownie. So my happiness was controlled by people outside. And I thought that was happiness. And if I found a very happy person, I would be next to that person because that person radiated happiness. And once I find that person is no longer happy, it is such a pain, a heartfelt pain for me. But now I realized happiness comes from inside. I have a world inside of me that is divine and that is not altered by the world outside. There is a buffer between the outside world and the inside world. And happiness comes from within me. I get to choose my happiness. And I am so proud that my happiness stays with me no matter what the position is, how difficult, how easy, or how challenging. It doesn't matter what is happening outside. I do not bounce with that because my happiness comes from me and I have control of it. I am the CEO of life and my happiness is within me.
Can I ask all the contestants coming up here for the interview session except Jamal? She's special.
She's still busy. You just said applause.
Yeah.
Sign that says applause.
First, I would like to present the certificate for all the participants. First, I have Andy Keats. I am going forward. Next, we have David Singer. Thank you for your participation. We have Aaron Goldman. Thank you for your participation. Next, we have Yvonne. Thank you for your participation. Is online. I'll send this over to you. Participation. Thank you for your participation. pass yours later. So this is the interview session where we interview all the contestants to get to know them more, the personal side of it. First, I would like to ask Andy, tell us where you're from, what club you're from, how long you've been Toastmaster, and what inspired you to participate in this contest?
I am from Los Gatos via Munich, Germany, and London, England. I am with TGIF Management Toastmasters, which is, I guess it's based in Campbell now. We moved when we went back to in-person meetings, hybrid actually. And I have to say, it was really inspiring to see all of these actual live faces today and some excellent presenters. I mean, I think these guys all deserve to win. And it was so nice to see you on stage. I ditched a bike ride with friends to be here today because I really wanted to see you in person, and it was the right decision. It is so nice to be live again. Thank you for coming, and thank you to the organizers for actually staging something in person. That was my message for today.
David, what club you're from, how long you've been with Toastmaster, and what inspired you to be here?
I'm representing Los Gatos Silver-Tongued Cats. Actually, I guess we're officially just Silver-Tongued Cats now. And we do meet in Los Gatos occasionally in person as well as on that thing up there. I've been in Toastmasters since 2011, beginning of 2011, so 12 plus years. I've always enjoyed table topics. Even before I joined the Cats as a visitor, I asked, did I be called for a table topic? And they obliged me because I enjoy surprising the audience and I enjoy surprising myself because you're hearing what I'm saying for the first time. Why should I be any different? And table topics makes that legal. Prepared speech. But I'll confess, I improvise a lot of those too. And I can recommend improv, but that's for another time.
Thank you. Aaron, which club you from? How long you been with Toastmaster, and what inspired you to be here?
So I'm from a club called Agile Articulators, and we are an impromptu debate club to fit with the improv theme. You find out at the meeting what the motion is, whether you're arguing for or against it, and then you go. And as soon as you finish, someone stands up and explains why everything you just said was wrong. If you are available on Tuesdays at 7, come on down and we will explain why you too are wrong about everything you believe. I've been in Toastmasters since 2015 when I walked into Hacker Dojo, a local hacker space, and was expecting to be attending a meetup on machine learning, but was in the wrong room. My name got picked out of a hat. I ended up in an impromptu debate, which did not involve much machine learning at all, and have been attending for the last 8 years since then, and have hopefully learned a thing or two about speeches where you just go.
Great, thank you. Indu, which club you from, how long you been Toastmaster, and what inspired you to be here?
I was just asking somebody in the bingo, do you have a member who's a member in 2 clubs, a Toastmaster who's a member in 2 clubs across continents? Anybody? Well, yay. So I have been with Toastmasters for 5 years, but a club in India is where I started. I still continue to be their member. Yeah, we do midnight meetings on Thursdays. And here I am representing Adobe Fontificators. That is not your word of the day because we totally made that up. Fontificators is not even a word. But yeah.
We love spots.
What I love about Toastmasters is that I am a toddler in the United States. I came here. I knew nobody. I knew nothing. The first thing I do is what is my closest chapter? where is Toastmasters? Where do they meet? Because I know that is a great leveler. I know I will find my people, my tribe there. And I did. And I'm so grateful. So yeah, and I'm so glad this Saturday morning we all were here at 8:15 a.m. But this is beautiful to see live audience. This is what we were preparing for always. And we were not meant to be in those little rectangular boxes. I'm glad we are here meeting in person. Thank you so much.
Next, we have Marsha. Marsha, which club you're from, how long you've been with Toastmaster, and what inspired you to be in the contest?
I am a Toastmaster for 12 years. I'm a Wharton Quake Master. And I was inspired because I'm a career coach. And part of what I do with people is teach them interview skills. And what is answering an interview question but a table topic in a different format? It's giving 1 to 2 minute answer of a question you only just got. So I'm a believer in modeling that for others.
Great, thank you. Vaughn, which club you're from, how long you've been with Toastmaster, and what inspired you to be in the contest?
Hi, everyone. So I am from Mountain View Toastmasters, and I do have my tribe cheering me on. Thank you, Christy and Kat. I've been in Toastmasters for about 6 months, and what inspired me to come to Toastmasters was a job role change. I got into management, and I was so scared of public speaking. And I was in a high-level meeting for finance, and I was presenting the budget for my department. And I thought I did a pretty good job. After the meeting, my director called me into the room in a nice manner for coaching. And she said, I heard you say 70 ums, ahs, so's. And I never knew I used a lot of filler words. Bless her heart. And so my director, Natasha, said, Yvonne, I think you should look for a Toastmasters close to you, and they will help you with public speaking. And so I went online and looked, and there was Mountain View Toastmasters. My first in-person, well, it is hybrid, virtual and in-person, and I decided, I think I did a virtual first. And then the second meeting, I said, I'm gonna go in person, because if virtual was this good, I actually participated in Table Topics the first session, and I went into the in-person. After the second meeting, I asked Kat, sign me up, like immediately. And so I have been in Toastmasters for 6 months. I am in a secretary role right now. It's amazing. It's non-judgmental, no bias, and I receive very good feedback. And my director has actually seen a lot of change, positive change, more confidence in public speaking. Thank you. Back to you, Linda.
Valerie, I know this is your first time in-person contest. Which club you're from, how long you've been Toastmaster, and what inspired you to be here today?
Thank you. I have been a Toastmaster since 2015. My first club was at the university in UT Arlington when it was the first time that I had moved away from from India and moved to the US. And I just wanted to meet people who I could talk to. And Toastmasters is nothing but talking effectively. So that's where I found my tribe. And then I found my way back into Toastmasters after a career in journalism in Aptos. So Aptos, so that's my tribe there, Aptos Toastmasters. They've come up all the way from Aptos early in the morning over here, and Carrie Lynn is our digital officer over there. So she is also from Aptos Toastmasters. what inspires me, as you can tell, is this group that I have here we meet every Wednesdays at noon. And I'm trying to recruit my mother-in-law, Dr. Manisha, into that. She's also here to support me. So it's a family thing to get up on stage and start talking. So I guess you could say that just the love and the support that I feel in this room and even in the contestants' room, we don't know each other, but now we know each other really well. And that energy inspires me to become better. Over to you.
Well, thank you for all of you for your participation, and I hope you guys will win today, and we will have a huge celebration for you. Thank you. That's one of